Before that, he'll be officially derobed. He'll be officially derobed.
Daring is my other name. There is nothing which shakes me. This office requires a very, very daring person, a person who doesn't antagonize anybody, but will be able to work with anybody and resist anybody who comes in to fool around with the office and the entire establishment, the judiciary as such. So we have qualities, personal attributes, which very much tell the story of our abilities, our performance, our leadership strategies, our leadership abilities, etc., etc. We are saying that we are capable, we are able, we can organize this team called the judiciary to excellence.
I'm looking at your CV, I'm looking at what you've done, and I'm still not seeing what is it that can be able to put you in that primary position of being able to make the commission function in a way that it's able to undertake its duties. And as you're answering that, this is the same commission, you know, without getting into many details, you've already had so many issues with it, you know, which you are aware of, and them that are still outstanding. So I'm still wondering, how would that work? Because see, again, you can see the Court of Appeal is talking about tidiness, even as you are making decisions, as you are making certain considerations. I'm just wondering, how tidy would that be? That our chair now, will the chair come and start dealing with his issues first with us in the commission, or shall we get down with the business of making sure the commission is able to deliver on its obligations both to the judiciary and the Republic of Kenya?
The issue of ability is not an issue whatsoever. The Judicial Service Commission has its obligations, which are dictated by law and practice. Who is in charge or not in charge would not make a difference. In this sense, if we are committed to what we must do to fulfill our mandate as the Judicial Service Commission of the Republic of Kenya, and our roles are explicit, what it would require, is that we move on to create work plans for implementation and acquisition of the end result. I would lead in that. But I would believe that I'm leading 11 others who are committed, as knowledgeable, who have the goodwill. So that where I sleep, you raise me up. Where you sleep, I raise you up. So it is not this work. If the entirety of the Judicial Service Commission that we have today left, in a week we would have another Judicial Service Commission, and there would be continuity. The issue is not, where you have been. The issue is, are you able? I believe I am very, very able. I have a proven record. Go to Chuka, you look around, you see what I have done. Even, my coffee shop, I will tell you, this person is able. etc.
Also having the issue of your personal aid, my lord, is it a matter of concern to the commission?
It is a matter of concern, but when I become Chief Justice and come to Nairobi, it will not be an issue anymore. Why? My issue of hypoglycemia is an issue, a medical issue, which everybody should pay attention to. I cannot live alone whatsoever. So when you take me to Kericho, we have a home in Nairobi and a home at Chuka. When you take me to Kericho, my spouse must accompany me. When I take any safari or any venture for the judiciary, for my employer, which is out of my station, she must accompany me on grounds which are medical. Thank God we will be Chief Justice in so little time. And when we come to Nairobi, we shall not require any of those issues because we shall be home. The issue was when we served outside Nairobi, we will never serve Chuka. It will not work. So if you send us to Chuka and we are there and you agree that we should be at Chuka, we shall not ask for that. But in a true, it was a justice issue. This lady must follow me. Nobody is taking care of her. She has a hope to take care of. She has her own issues. She has her own interests. Why won't you compensate her as my employer? I am entitled to an aid. The only differential is that this aid is so specialized that she must be my spouse. Did I answer or?
Okay, but you are paid some allowance. Since you joined the
disability allowance, which has persons with the disability allowance, which is now 20,000 shillings, is not supposed to take care of that kind of things.
Yes.
No.
So
that one is an allowance which takes care of basics. Like if I wanted to take a taxi because of my disability, I would pay for that. If Mwangi was not there or my driver was not there and I'm not able to drive, I could hire a driver, etc. It is not, there's a differential between that allowance, which is payable to everybody who is registered with the council and employed by the government or the judiciary, and the issue of aid. If you are not able to see, we would be able to get you somebody who walks you around to your place of work, to your home, and this person would have to be taken care of by your employer. It is the same situation I have. I am not able to live alone. I require somebody who must live with me. My Nazata will be dead in the next 3 days. So what happens? You are moving them out of their jurisdiction. They are home. So if you do, please take care of that because it's part of the employment contract.
You have also been having some personal issues with the registrar, with the JSC, about your driver.
Yes.
And I have seen a letter from the principal judge of your court saying that the Honorable Mr. Justice D.K. Marete has been having problems with the drivers since 2014. The last one walked away this week. What is the problem with the drivers?
When we came into the judiciary in 2012, I opted to use drivers who were civilian, not police. There is a Mr. Mwangi whom I had employed myself, and I requested that he be employed by the judiciary so that he serves me in the absence of a police driver. I am not able to deal with the police drivers in the sense that I have a very rigid schedule. I do not drive because of my health issues and also my choice. I am not a good driver. So I've always preferred that I have a civilian driver who is flexible and who is able to answer to my needs. So what happened is that my driver was employed in 2013 on contract. When I raised an issue on that one, I was told, good enough, we can let us watch him for 1 year. And when we do that, we'll be able to assess whether he's suitable and material for permanent employment or not. 1 year down the line, on 7th of September 2014, when I was going when I was on my way to Kericho, the contract for this driver, Mr. Peter Mwangi Moria, was terminated. Thereafter, I went on a negotiation mission. The CRJ and Chief Justice Motunga, and we agreed that I would restate Mr. Mwangi so that Mwangi would be paid, and then he does refer to me, and and he remains and serves me. Mutunga left. That did not happen. I consulted the CRJ, and we had issues, and she told me that what we are going to do is wait for an opportunity and an advert and get Njagi to apply so that we can formalize that employment. Well, I was not convinced, but that is not my area. I would not order what happens. So Chief Justice Maraga comes in, and the first week or month I go to see him over the same issue, and I do. And we agree with my Justice Maraga, the CRJ, that the CRJ looks into the matter. And all that time, from the 7th of September 2014, I have been paying my driver. In fact, Njagi ultimately left in fury because I will not go to tell Njagi that I am doing this matter for you. I'm negotiating with A, B, C, D, and E for you. That is not the best of practices. I was quiet. So we were there, and in year 4, he got tired and left. I got other people. Intermittently, police drivers would come in. So one lasted a day, another lasts a week. The best one lasted about 3 months, and they get very impatient and take off. Reasons I will not be able to tell, but that is my matter with a driver.
I have some concerns.
Yes.
Concerning the declarations that you filled.
Yes.
That give rise to my questions.
Please.
Judge, you earn a salary.
Yes.
That is income.
Yes.
In the 3 declarations that you filed,
Yes.
you've indicated your income as N/A. What does that mean?
Not applicable.
Why is that?
My answer to that is that in my own imagination, my cleverness or lack of it, is that when you're asking for income, you're asking for extra, not my pay. Because I imagine that you know my pay, everybody knows my pay, it's public knowledge. So it's extra income. Do I do business? Do I farm and sell produce? etc, etc. That is why I answered it that way. If I thought differently, or if I had your idea of what income means, the answer would be very clear.
But you realize, Judge, we started off from the premise that that would help us do some sort of audit, so that we're able to look at, you gave the example that if someone said you owned property worth 500 billion, we would question. On what basis would you question that if we do not know what your income is?
You know, you would, well, declaration, the concept and the law came in 2003 after the NAC revolution in 2002. We have dealt with it from our TSE days, up to where we are. And all this time, my conception of income was anything apart from salary. That's
okay,
where I went wrong. In the future, I am learning, and even on that one, if you wanted a statement on my income in those years, salary available.